To be honest with you, Lord of the Rings, the Battle for Middle-earth games, especially Battle for Middle-earth 1, was the only Battle for Middle-earth game or Lord of the Rings related game I've ever played. I know there are also other games like Return to Shadow or Shadow of War or something like that, but I've never played them. I'm stuck to this game, I don't know why. I was also taking a look into the Lord of the Rings online, and also this was kinda, I didn't like the look of that, you know, because I'm a fighter. I want to fight all the time, and here you have the chance to recruit big armies, micro big armies, and go for the war, you know what I'm saying? And that's more like my style. And I'm a PC gamer myself. I've never played console games like PlayStation or Xbox, never played this kind of stuff. So I don't know, man. For me, playing a game, I need a keyboard and a mouse, you know? I need to sit on my chair, have a monitor in front of my face, and just focus on the game. Are we gonna see Lord of the Rings on Steam? And no, that's not gonna be possible, unfortunately, because it's a non-commercial, not commercial, it's like an abandonware, you know, which means there is no right for anybody to sell these games anymore, unfortunately. So you cannot purchase the games. I mean, you can if you want to invest like $100 for a really old game and buy it as a second hand, but nowadays people are downloading it for free and playing it online regardless, you know, because you can't buy that from a store anymore. The way Shadow of War handled the bosses was amazing. I've never played this. And this new Gollum game, what are you thinking? I don't think it's good, dude. I don't know, man. Like, it's, I don't know, why would you do that? Like, that's such a stupid idea. If you are already, like, watch that. Like, a couple of months ago, they released the Rise to War, you know, the mobile game for Lord of the Rings. Again, only to make money. Why would you do that? Instead, do something else. Make Battle for Middle-earth 3 or something. I don't know. Warchan has been used off screen. This way the Uruks are not able to see the buff of the Goblins. But even with the Warchan, they have no chance. There is some problem in how to download BFME 2 link in YouTube. What is the problem? And when you are running into problems, make sure to be logged into your Google account. I heard that might be a problem, you know. If you are not logged into your Google account, then you might not get the chance to download the files. But you know what I'm gonna do, definitely, when the Lord of the Rings series is getting released in about 9 to 10 months from now, I want to actually, you know, make the Prime party. There is like a watch party potential available, you know, for the, you know, when you are, for example, a Prime user yourself, you can live stream this series on your channel, and the people who are also using Prime, they can watch it with you. I think that could be nice. I still have the BFME disc, but my BFME 2 CD is damaged. I've also ordered the BFME disc in multiple, like I have like multiple versions of Battle for Middle-earth 1, because back in the day, when you had the servers, you know, like EA servers, you was able to create, I believe, like 4 or 5 accounts with the one CD key you had. And everybody, including myself, we were trying hard to get a Überhoster name. Basically a name from the game which was able to host every single game. Because even back in the day, host advantage in Battle for Middle-earth 1 was massive. Like if you would be the host player, you had like 0 delay, you could micro everything so smoothly, and the person who was playing off host was having a really bad bad connection to you. So just to be able to create a Überhoster name, I used to buy Battle for Middle-earth 1, the same game, like 8 times. So I have like 8 times Battle for Middle-earth somewhere in my house. But the problem is nowadays that I don't even have a CD-ROM in my PC anymore. I can't even put any CD in my PC. That's not possible. And how many have Prime? I don't know how many have Prime. What I loved about BFME 2 is playing with the dear Uruks. When I found myself inside the Battle of Helm's Deep, I couldn't stop playing the game anymore. Yeah, Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, Blackgate, those missions, they were amazing. And that's why I like Battle for Middle-earth 1 so much, because it's just like in the films. Every time I play Battle for Middle-earth 1, I have the feeling that I'm literally in the Lord of the Rings universe, and I am literally being a part of that amazing trilogy, you know what I'm saying? For example, this kind of units, you have not seen them in the trilogy, you know. But you have seen Uruk Pikeman, you have seen Crossbowman, you have seen Urukai. What is happening here? He is going to creep this. I bought a USB connected to CD drive to install from CD. It was like $5 on Amazon. Okay. I mean, it's a preference thing, you know, because some people enjoy, like, there is just too much differential between BFME 1 and BFME 2. Like, especially when you are like me and you used to play Battle for Middle-earth 1 first, then it's really hard to get used to the, you know, the building style of BFME 2. Like, you can literally build everywhere you want, which makes the game more like Age of Empires kind of style, you know? Because what was so unique about Battle for Middle-earth 1 is the building pilots. That you have only limited amount of them and you can build at certain points on the map. This is more like, you know, like an open world kind of thing. Again, has also some advantages, of course, but it's something you need to get used to, I believe. And then it's about preference. I wouldn't say this is better or this is worse. It's about what you like more, I guess, you know? That's the thing. Isn't Helm's Deep the battle called the best battle in all films? Helm's Deep one was also phenomenal. I also liked the Minas Tirith one. For me, the best scene in the films, and that's my personal opinion, was the arrival of the Rohirrim in Helm's Deep, in Minas Tirith, sorry. You know, when the war was looking really doomed for the Gondor faction, and then Rohirrim arriving, and then the speech of Theoden was giving me literally goosebumps. And it still does every time I rewatch the scene. It was the most epic battle speech I've ever heard in my life, dude. War Riders! Damn, exactly. I mean, I remember this scene so good. I was watching it in the cinema, you know, and I was screaming with them. I was a child, I was a kid. I was like 14 or 15 years old, you know, and I was so hyped about it. Oh my goodness, man. I wish you could just turn, like, I don't know, man, some moments were like so dope in your life that you will never forget about them. And this one, the problem was that I was not even hyped about Lord of the Rings that much, because I have not seen any of the actors in Lord of the Rings anywhere else. It's not like Lord of the Rings had amazing, well-known and famous actors. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Johnny Depp was playing there or something like that. Like, you know, the faces like Brad Pitt, back in the day, there were like some certain amount of, you know, like famous actors, and none of them in Lord of the Rings was famous.
Arise, arise, riders of Theoden. Fell deeds awake, fire and slaughter. Spear shall be shaken, shield be splintered, a sore day, a red day, ere the sun rises. Ride now, ride now. Ride to Gondor.
I'm happy that it was not that girl who was making this speech, because you can tell it's not about the speech, it's about the way you pronounce it, and this girl just right now couldn't do it. The thing about BFME 1, BFME I enjoyed compared to BFME 2 was the separation of man factions. Then they combined them in BFME 2. I was so sad to lose all the nice Rohan architecture. Yeah, same for me. I also believe that they need to be splitted. But I also can understand the reason why they didn't, why they splitted them in BFME 2 and in Rise of the Witch King. Killstealer 3 with the primers for the 4 months. My dude, thank you so much for the huge support to the channel. Means a lot to me. Means a lot. Means a lot. Means a lot.
Killstealer 3 just resubscribed for 4 months. Ahoy. Ahoy, Shanks and chat.
Thank you so much. Ahoy back to you, my friend. Ahoy back to you. You see the fat Uruks? These are black Uruks. Sean Connery could have played the role of Gandalf, but he rejected the offer. He would have been the famous actor to sell the movie. Yeah, but the thing is that I believe everybody who said no to the film is regretting it now, you know, because it turned to be one of the best, if not the best, films in the entire world. Theoden is the most stoned character for me. Yeah, Theoden was kind of crazy, like, you know. The problem is he was also playing in Titanic, you know, and I believe he was playing in like 2 out of couple of films which got like 7 Oscars, which is pretty nice. Shiki42069, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Means a lot to me. Irby is playing a fantastic Isengard game here. Sorry for that, yeah. But Age of Empires 4 have DLC? I don't know. Hello, this is my first time on your stream. I normally only watch your videos on buff on your YouTube channels, and I have a question to you. For you, do you feel like Mordor is the weakest faction in BFME 2 1.09 version 2? It feels like every game I watch them, they lose. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I have not enough experience. I only play Chen in BFME 2. I can't confirm or deny that. We have the red Dwarven player ROTWK at the top side against the yellow Mordor player Irby. So you guys, we were talking about Mordor, and there you get Mordor now. Mordor against Dwarves. And trust me, I believe that's a very difficult matchup for Dwarves. Mordor is much stronger than Dwarves in Rise of the Witch King. Dwarves, I would say, like in the 8.4, I mean, here in this game, I've casted many games, so I have a bit more experience in compared to BFME 2, as this is Rise of the Witch King. Here, the worst two factions on the patch 8.4 are Dwarves and Men of the West. Then Goblins, you know, then I would say Elves. Mordor is the second one, and Engma is the strongest faction in the 8.4. That's my personal opinion. We have we have like a economical opening, 3 slaughterhouses into the orc pits coming up for the Mordor player. On the other side, we see Mineshaft, and a Forge Forex for the battle wagons. And also, I'm very excited about the changes we've implemented into the new patch of Battle for Middle-earth 1. And hopefully, we will be able to release the patch very soon. We just want to make sure that there are no more bugs and that is everything working perfectly fine before we release that. So we are working on the patch now for a quite long time, and also beta testing every single day for multiple hours. Thanks also to our testers. We have like 4 or 5 testers. They are testing literally everything about the patch, so we can always adjust and, you know, remove the bugs, fix the balance. And soon, hopefully very soon, we will be able to release that. And it's gonna be fiesta. Like, I don't want to spoil too much because I want to surprise you guys about the changes we've implemented, also visually, by the way, not only balance wise, of course. On Age of the Ring, which faction do you like the best? I don't like Age of the Ring, to be honest with you, Diego. Like, I don't like I've not joined the multiplayer scene. Once I was trying to play that or to cast it in multiplayer, and it was so laggy, it was so unbelievably laggy, that you had to lower your graphical settings down to medium and to low, and then the game looks just horrible to me. And the campaign, I personally, that's my personal opinion, I didn't enjoy the campaign, what they did. I like the idea, but I don't like the way, like, you can't skip any of the conversations. When you fail, you have to literally begin from the beginning again. So you have to save every 2 minutes. You have zero freedom. Everything is so hardly scripted. And for that reason, I personally didn't enjoy that too much. Battle wagons are here. Hello, Gulliver. Nice to see you in the chat. I really don't like the Rise of the Witch King balance. What you don't like about it, Harris? I mean, again, I know many people are enjoying Age of the Ring mod. For me, it's unbalanced. I mean, for me, literally, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry that I need to say the truth. Every mod of Battle for Middle-earth 1, Battle for Middle-earth games generally is 100% unbalanced. I have never seen a balanced mod in my life, you know, and I was trying to play them all. Doesn't make any sense. Like, people, they are just trying to add random units and factions and heroes into the game without being worried about the balance at all. Like, some things are ending up being super broken, and some things are being absolutely useless. And you can see this farm of Mordor, you know, he's everywhere. Nice to see you stream, Shanks. Hey man, thank you Gulliver, and also nice to see you in the chat. Appreciate your time. You are sharing with me in the chat, means a lot. That's why I believe BFME 1 is gonna be the easiest to balance Battle for Middle-earth game. And now you might call me crazy, and you might say, Shanks, that's not true. That's true, trust me. Because let me tell you that much, the more units and the more factions you have in a game, the harder it is to balance. And as Battle for Middle-earth 1 is the only game with 4 playable factions and with not 100,000 different units, it's way easier to balance than BFME 2, Rise of the Witch King, or any other mod which are, you know, adding like bazillion amounts of new units or heroes or factions. Because the more factions, the more heroes, the harder balance. That's math. And math is always right. The problem is, and I need to also say BFME 2 Rise of the Witch King has 7 different factions, Harris, you know? And it's hard to balance them all. Like, even chess is unbalanced. Imagine that. When you play chess, if you are the white guy, you have like an advantage because you gotta make the move first, you know what I'm saying? So imagine, in a one-on-one situation, you have the same odds if you are playing chess, and even that is unbalanced. How can be a game with 7 different factions be 100% balanced? That's not true. That's not possible. Lots. You see the minimap, guys? You see the swarm of orcs literally everywhere. That's a great strategy, but definitely not the best goal against Mordor in this map. Because Mordor will get just too much money. He has extroverts. That's the only possible way you can deal damage to the structures. I personally like the playstyle of BFME 2 Rise of the Witch King definitely a lot. I believe they have done the balance they could, and I also believe that the structural balance is just much better than in compared to BFME 2. That's my personal opinion. For example, I like the fact that every resource building, slaughterhouse, furnace, tunnel, you know, everything else has the same amount of HP. They're equally as tanky, while in BFME 2 everything is kind of different. So for that reason also I believe that Rise of the Witch King is a much better game for beginners, as this is much easier to understand. Like the balance, I mean the buff and the leadership system is so easy and straightforward that you can always understand what is going on. In BFME 2 you have like 5 different variations of leadership. You have high tier leadership, damage inspiring, damage buff, armor buff, armor inspiring, this and that. Like there is so much differential in that it's so hard to understand for casual players. And I believe that Rise of the Witch King is overall much more straightforward and much easier to understand. He's laughing. He's saying XD. Yeah. Orcs everywhere. Okay, this works versus noobs. GG. Yeah. He was like trying something different with the battle wagon strategy, but of course it's not working against experienced players like Irby, who is one of the best. We have the Angmar faction once again from ROTWK against the Goblins. So it's the same matchup like we have seen in the game number 1, which was won by ROTWK. Let's see if we can win that one more time, or if we will see something different from Irby. Didn't we do this one? Yes, we did. The first game, Goblins against Angmar. Dwarf level 1 mine has more HP than Malone 3 level 3. Yeah. You know, I kind of understand the logic behind that. That a mine shaft that's, you know, built with Dwarven skill supposed to be a bit more tanky than a Malone 3. It's a 3 after all. The other one is a mine shaft. It's a building of, you know, made of stone. The other one is a 3, which is of course much more vulnerable against attacks. But again, that makes the game so hard to balance, I believe. But the people who are making the patches are expert players who are playing this game now for multiple years, and I believe they have also lots of knowledge. In Irby we trust. Yes, Bixie. So 2, 3 tunnels, Goblin Cave and the second Goblin Cave right after. On the other side we see 3 mills and Hall of the Kingsman. Look, he's asking him, do you really have the normal zoom out? I don't think that you can play like that, to be honest. You know, when you zoom out this far, like the problem is that the original zoom is like this, and it's just horrible. I don't like this, especially when it comes to commentate and to cast games, you know? I like to have the control of the zoom effect, to be honest with you. So, Trollmasters into the Gundabad Warriors. On the other side, we have Goblin Warriors, and more Goblin Warriors. Again, Spammy faction, they cost only 100. These units, they cost double the amount, they cost 200 each. And of course, they are also stronger than Goblins. However, in some situations, the Goblins are able to get into the backline and kill the Trollmaster unit. Have you ever attacked a tree, dude? But have you ever attacked a house, dude, with swords? Like, I believe when you have better bet to kill a tree or destroy a tree than destroying a house made of stone. You know? Big war chance, but it's a 2v1 situation. I believe Irby will be able to defend himself, no problemo. That's the guy you gotta pay attention about, you know?
We'll get him later.
Yeah, he can't run away. The problem is that the goblins are the fastest units in the game. These aren't normal trees, they are special mud-on trees. The same argument could apply for the Isengard Furnace, which is even less HP than the tree. Yeah, true. Yeah. I mean, in Battle for Middle-earth 1, they have almost the same HP. There was a huge difference between Slaughterhouse and the Furnace. That's why we actually changed that in the patch 2.22. So they are now more or less equal. Of course, the Furnace is still a bit tankier than the Slaughterhouse, but not that much anymore. Yep, house wins. Yeah, house wins, you know. Okay, nice commitment here from Irby. He will be able to surround the mill, and the mill is going to be taken down in no time. That is the attack once again, and I believe this time he might be able to do something, but the problem is that he has now 3 goblin caves under his control. He will get more and more units on the field every 2 seconds, literally. The mill has been taken down. So ROTWK has to play a bit more defensively, I believe. He's going now from the bottom side. And again, LOTR is not the biggest map in the world, you know. There are some buildings, as you can see, but you can also pass through the structures. There's no problemo. And what Irby has to do is try to sneak one of the tunnels close to the side of ROTWK. I believe that's his best bet in this matchup. Looks like he wants to creep the walk lane at the bottom side. To be fair, the furnace is containing an explosion. Cool map, yeah, it's a cool map from BFME 2. Oh, be careful, be careful. Oh, that was really close. You almost lost the Trial Master. If you lose this white dude here, this guy, you will lose the full battalion. Another wave of goblins is incoming, and looks like ROTWK has nothing to defend himself. He might even lose the builder if he's not paying attention, by the way, but he's paying attention luckily, and he will get into safety by building a wall up. That's a scenario you will see more and more often in Rise of the Witch King. Like, the wall ups are almost for free, and you can build them to save your builders from tricky situations. Looks like he doesn't want to commit on this mill, which was almost taken down. Oh, he's microing now. Looks like he changes his mind. He wants to take it down now. The creep is going to be secured by Engma. He will get level 2 after that. But remember, the good thing about the Trial Master is that it's acting like a banner carry upgrade, you know? That means that they will be even able to respawn over time if they are only level 1. The mill has been taken down, and looks like Engma is kind of preparing for a big counter push. Vorchan is going to be available for the next attack, definitely. And the Wolf then is coming up now. Small waves of units. Oh wait, the music is a little bit too loud, I guess. Let me make it a bit more quiet, guys. Sorry for that. The creep has been secured also by Engma behind the goblin lair. There is a goblin lair behind the bases. Spider pits now, which is good. You will need spider links to counter the wolf riders. But so far, Irby has done a good job defending himself. The builder is running for his life. More units are coming. If he can take down this mill in between the Hall of the Kingsmen, that would be massive. However, you can see it's better protected. The best situation is if you can get in between this gap, you know, between the building here and the building here, then you can commit and take it down. But I believe it's hard to get in there, you know. The building placement is very important in Rise of the Witch King. This mill is going to be taken down. Does he have Felwind? He could, but he is not choosing to use it to save the mill. More goblins are coming all the time, and looks like ROTWK is kind of being outspent. And the Wolf Riders are going to be needed to change that. And there they come, 2 battalions of them at the same time. Beautiful trample is incoming into the goblin lines, and with that being said, he will be able to keep this mill protected, which is very important. We see now Fissure, so he has in total 5 different production buildings. I mean 5 production buildings, 3 goblin caves, 1 spider pit level 1 and 1 Fissure level 1. Level 2 is needed. Level 2 is needed if you want to be able to recruit the cave trolls. But for now, Irby has the upper hand. And we can also see that in terms of the command points and power points especially. Actually, no. ROTWK is even more power points collected. Megansta for the primers for the second month. My dude Megansta, thank you for a huge support to the channel. Means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you.
Megansta just resubscribed for 2 months. Ahoy.
Thank you so much, man. Means a lot. Warchants. Spiderlings are on the hunt. They are hunting down those Wolf Riders. Let's see if they can do something. Aleyküm selam kardeşim. Hoş geldin. What was the longest game you narrated? I believe like 45 minutes, 1 hour. Like something like that. The thing is, at some certain point of the game, it becomes like a deja vu, you know. You will see the action repeating itself all the time. It's going to be a kind of like a deja vu of the PowerPoints. The PowerPoints in Battle for Middle-earth games have like a huge impact on the outcome of the game, and with them you will have like the game-changing and game-winning abilities in long terms. So if you ever get the chance to summon dragon with goblins and the summon summon the Balrog, for example, you have Balrog summon and the dragon summon, and if you use that like once or twice, it will deal so much damage to your opponent that it's hard to come back from. So even if you can't finish off the first time, the second time you will get the chance to finish him off. So 1 hour games are quite entertaining. Then you will get the chance to see the full potential of every single faction. But again, some factions are good in the early game, the same factions are kind of bad in late game. Goblins, for example, they will fall off the later the game goes on against Angmar, unless you will go for a transition into the upgrades for the Afterlaw Swordsman and eventually save money for the Drogoth, for the Dragon Lord, and get some levels. That's why investment, if you have the feeling that this game is gonna last a while, I believe it's the best choice if you get to recruit some heroes and level them up, because the more levels your heroes have, the more impact they will have, and you know, the harder it's going to be get for your opponent to deal with them in long terms. Heroes are the best investment into the late game. Okay, big commitment. You see that with the Tainted Land, he will be able to kill not one but also both of the Hall of the Kingsmen at the same time. That's going to hurt him a lot. And there comes the Cave Troll from the Untamed Allegiance from ROTWK. Untamed Allegiance is something we don't see very often, but he's gonna call it GG, and what a performance from Irby. We have seen the same matchup in the first game. It was looking different and ROTWK got destroyed. We have the yellow Mordor player on the left side, who is Irby, against the red Dwarven player ROTWK on the right side. This, ladies and gentlemen, is map mirroring stream. Falcon, welcome. Irby is a very experienced player. Yes, Nicky Bear, definitely. Irby is a very experienced player. Even though he enjoys to play BFME, the 2v2 situation much more than 1v1 situation, and even though he was not actively playing in the last months, you know, playing Rise of the Witch King is like driving a bicycle. You will, after a couple of games, get back into form, you know. 2 slaughterhouses into the Orc Pits, into the 3rd slaughterhouse coming up from the Mordor player, Irby. ROTWK is building up 2 mine shafts and Hall of Warriors right after. That's already a different start from ROTWK. Remember, in the game on the map Jungles of Fararat, he was starting with the Forge Wargs for the Battle Wagons, which was definitely not working out very nicely for the player from Lebanon. We will have Guardians of the Galaxy. They cost 60 command points, and Orcs they cost only 30 command points. They cost 80, and Guardians they cost 300. Can I ask you something? Where are you from? Your English has an accent, but it's very good. I'm from Germany, but I was born and raised in Turkey. So basically, unwillingly, I will have an accent between Turkish and German in my speech. So I know some people find it annoying, but it's nothing I can control. And I'm trying my best to sound as clear as possible. So sorry if you are not able to understand me sometimes, but I'm trying hard, you know. He's from Syria? That's not true, Falcon. Man, your stream and your videos are a blast. They feel so good during a rough day. Hey man, thank you so much, Sigmara. I'm happy that you enjoy that. That's all I'm asking, or all I want actually. And I'm so happy and proud, guys. I need to kind of say that multiple times. When I started the first time streaming on BFME games on Twitch and YouTube, I was hoping to find people, and that's the reason why I was also choosing to stream in English. Because I was like, maybe there are also other people around the world who are having the same passion about the Battle for Middle-earth games just like I do. And I'm so happy and lucky that I found so many of you guys. Like, we have a YouTube channel now with almost 16,000 subscribers, which is kind of crazy. You know? 16,000 people from all around the world enjoying Battle for Middle-earth content. Holy guacamole, you know? I can't be more happy about that. Thank you guys so much for the huge support. You know, by just being here in the chat, by just watching this stream, and everybody who is not, you know, typing in the chat, you guys are a blast. And I'm so happy and grateful for every single one of you guys. Orc Warriors. They have no chance against the, you know, Guardians, but The thing is that Guardians, they are the slowest infantry units in the game. They have no chance of catching those orcs anytime soon.
We're not stopping here.
We are not stopping here. The Guardians, they look pretty nice. Long beards, you know? But orcs are looking better. They look like Lord Voldemort to me, guys. What do you think about that? I also personally enjoy Harry Potter. I know it's like nerdish, but I used to watch Harry Potter so many times, you know? I was a big fan of the fighting scene between Dumbledore and Voldemort. Oh my goodness, Sigmara with the 5 gifted subs to the channel. Dude, Sigmara, you are going nuts. Thank you so much for the huge support. 7 gifted subs and being a sub himself today and following. What is going on now? Thank you so much, dude. That's a... I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you. Uruk, say hi. Welcome, my friends. And congrats to everybody who was getting a gifted sub from Sigmara. And Sigmara, once again, you are the GOAT. Thanks for the support. Thank you, thank you. I mean, guys, once again, you know, you being here in the chat, you watching the stream is already all what I can ask for, and it really means a lot to me. And if you want to support me, following this channel and subscribing to the YouTube channel is already more than enough. We have by the way, if you have missed that, we have a second YouTube channel, which is called BFME World. And if you are kind of missing out the live streams from time to time, every video, every live stream will be also uploaded into the second YouTube channel. We were also recently able to get partnered on the second YouTube channel. Thanks for that as well. I have a feeling that I need to say thank you to you guys every single minute, because without you, this would not be possible. Thank you. Oh, fun. I have now Uruk emotes. Yes, my dude. You have Uruk emotes now. Who are you, Uruk? Say hi. Did you change your name, or is this your name from the beginning on Twitch? Mordor is defending himself quite nicely with Easterlings and Haradrim Lancers. It's a really bad and late rallying call from LOTR. He has no pikemen to deal with the Lancers. And it's like a bad fight, because he will get trampled down all the time. Irby playing really good? Yes, Gulliver. He is actually extremely good. I am trying to set up a game now. Hopefully it's gonna happen eventually. I wanna make like a best of 7 series between Sauron and Irby. I believe that's going to be kind of crazy to see Sauron and Irby fighting in a one-on-one situation, because LOTR is not focused too much on a 1v1 situation, you know. He's playing like literally everything. He's playing 1v1s, free-for-alls, you know, team games, against bots, against brutal AI and stuff like this, while Sauron is only a 1v1 player in Rise of the Witch King. Irby is also a very decent 1v1 player, and I believe the 1v1 between Irby and Sauron could be quite interesting. Free for all brutal, yeah. I mean, let's be real, brutal in Rise of the Witch King is brutal, you know what I'm saying? That's something different. It's a tournament match? No, it's like a normal match. But we will hopefully be able to host a tournament very soon in the following week for Battle for Middle-earth 2. I just want to wait until they finish the tournament they have right now. There is a tournament going on for BFME 2, which was hosted by Andy Brandy, and they are about to be finished. So once they finish that, we can also host a Christmas tournament. The last years we were always hosting a Christmas tournament for Rise of the Witch King. This time I want to actually host one for BFME 2. BFME 1 as well, yeah. BFME 1 we will also host a tournament when the new patch is released. So many tournaments are... Guys, sorry, I was normally, as you guys know, I'm a person, I'm hosting tournaments very regularly. Almost every month we had a tournament going on this channel. But since the last month, especially since the work we have invested, or the time we are investing into the new patch for Battle for Middle-earth 1, the time is really tight, you know. We have not the chance to host tournaments, manage the organization, and stream them at the same time, because we are investing so much time into actually making the patch as great as possible. But the next update for the patch 2.22 is about to be finished, and once this is done, He's gonna call it GG, and Mordor once again gets defeated. And everybody who was betting on Irby will once again get some points.